Hi everyone. So I haven't been recording any videos for a while because I've been just here in the countryside working on my new book, and it's a channeled book. I decided to do a Q&A book about the very ancient past of this earth and the future. So I ask questions about the subtle earth origins and this dense earth, or this current matrix origins, how it all became and why the worlds became separated, and how they will realign again when we are again on that. It's a new earth as well as the ancient earth, because it's our ancient past and our future, which is something that is very interesting to me, that it's not just new earth, but it's also our ancient past. We're basically exiting the time loop slowly, but it's not gonna happen immediately. But the thing is that we are in the middle of the time loop, so now is the best time. Once we get to the middle of the time loop, it's usually, and since we're looping for centuries, there are sometimes, like, there are certain times in the history of this dense world that we used to have, and now we have an option to exit the matrix and go back to that real earth, if we awake to it. That's why it's such a crucial time. And this book it's a very new writing style for me, because I just ask questions to my parallel elven self and my parallel friends, elven friends, inner earth friends, and some wise felines. And I received amazing answers that really just rattled my mind in many instances, and it taught me to really remain open-minded to new perspectives, because there are so many different perspectives on the whole of creation, that it's better to like look from different angles and then put it together into one image, rather than to be just too stuck in one narrow perspective. And so it really somehow, I'm gonna tell you just a few things that that I feel like I would like to share now immediately, and then I will read a few samples of the chapters, put it here on my YouTube channel before I publish my book, because I just want to do it. I just really want to share this information. But one of the key information is regarding the belief system, and that is that there's no point in arguing what is in the afterlife and what is the truth, or where we really go, because even that is dependent very much on us. So everything we can imagine, everything we believe, and everything we can potentially create exists and is true. So if you believe in Christian heaven, you will go to Christian heaven. It's there. It's created. If you want to go to Jesus, you go to Jesus. He's there. If you believe in the elven worlds or in the fairy world, you will go there. There are many elven worlds, many parallel elven and fairy worlds. If you believe in the Norse gods, you will go to the Norse gods. And if you believe in, and if you trust that you have to reincarnate to learn some lessons or to experience good karma or bad karma, then you will do so. It's all there. It all depends on belief and what we can create. Because from what I've learned in the fourth dimension, which is the dimension of time, but also of the astral worlds, which are basically, they describe it as time capsules of certain eras or worlds that are really nice and successful. Well, some are not. There are hells and heavens. But those that were meant to be preserved, they are preserved as time capsules, and you can just exist there. And some of them are really beautiful, some of them are really ugly and hellish. So there are different worlds based on belief system, where you believe you deserve to be. But that's for souls that don't wish to create their own worlds. In the fifth dimension, time and space are flexible and you can work with them creatively. So there are worlds created collectively with soul groups, but also individual worlds. So it's like here in 3D, We create societies or cities where we meet and we co-create them. But then we create our individual homes, our havens, where we go to retreat when we need to recharge. So in 5D, you create whole worlds together and your own private worlds. But you can create anything you like. You can create your own fairy world, your own elven world. And that's one of the core messages of the book, is that to not get stuck in any belief system or dogma, because it's for nothing. Like, it can all be true, and each person, each soul can experience the afterlife differently. And some souls just go straight to the source of the absolute, and they are the omnipresent now, and that's another way. Like, some prefer to be everything yet nothing at the same time. That's the biggest liberation from everything. You don't need anything because you are everything. And that state ideally is the state you go through even when you go to these beautiful worlds you create. But what I also learned is, if you create worlds, you are responsible for those worlds. So some souls prefer to be in the creation of someone else. But then there's, of course, the danger to be trapped in someone else's creation, as some souls are trapped within this matrix and this time loop, because then they can become kind of slaves of the system, let's say. And that's another crucial message for nowadays, that I was told by my elven friend Nua, that there is an ongoing war for souls. I first received this message in 2023, and it's still valid. It seems like, because we are in that middle of the time loop, and there's this possibility for us to reunite with the ancient and new earth, the subtle earth. There is this war for souls, war for players, basically, like which souls will keep on playing that matrix game, and which will go back to their original selves and be free of unwanted or unconscious reincarnation, that they will choose whether they want to incarnate at all, and if they incarnate, it's a incarnation that they chose willingly. So this war for souls is a really important topic. I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's not about being afraid, but it's more about just keeping your sovereign connection with your spirit, your soul and spirit in connection, and just being aware that you are the decision maker, you are the judge of your actions, and you are your own divine spark of the source of the absolute, in other words, God. But I don't use the word God because it has so many belief systems attached to it. So the source of the absolute. And I find that message to be really important. I don't want to say too much. I want to deliver it clearly as it came through. So I will do a recording on that. And also all these messages I got from my parallel friends. And I will record some of the chapters as kind of samples of what the book is about, because I'm really excited to share it. So I hope you stay tuned for more.